So let's do a very short walk through some of the most influential areas around why we move, perform and behave the way we do in the goal swing. So thank you very much for all those that sent questions in, really help and understand really why we move the way we do, why we perform the way we do, and then why we behave the way we do in the goal swing. So anatomically, perhaps the most important segment within anatomy would be the neck. So for example, when the neck moves well, typically the human moves well. So these are very short reviews. We'll go through at a later date the much more kind of expansive, kind of detailed approach around the influence of the neck, but certainly within anatomy, typically within the goal swing, when the neck moves well, when the neck's in a good place, in a good position, then the human moves well. But then more physiologically, within the most, almost the physiological system, certainly breath perhaps is the most influential system we have. So typically when we breathe well, physiologically, then the human kind of behaves and moves and then almost performs well. But then more in the kind of movement-based system, really how the trail arm moves typically controls how all other segments move. So again, typically, if we're going to do one thing well within one of the kind of movement-based approach, is kind of how that trail arm moves. So anatomically, the neck, physiologically, how we breathe, with the movement, the trail arm, and then looking almost more kind of neurologically, typically more our intentions, our perceptions, our concepts will then essentially kind of guide us to then move and again perform and behave the way we do. So invariably for many people, actually what they're trying to do invariably then often then actually creates the issue. So typically our concepts, our perceptions, those intentions we have invariably then almost then guide us to move the way we do. So certainly then anatomically the neck, physiologically then breath, within the movement system, the trail arm, within then more the kind of neurology of movement, our intentions, typically what people are trying to do, invariably then creates the issue. And more then almost then environmentally, how we choose to see the environment and why we chose to see it that way. So within the environment that we kind of move and perform and live within, it's then being very, very precise and aware that how are we choosing to see something, and then really understand and explore then why we're choosing to see it that way. And then finally within coaching, really the ability to enjoy silence. So allow the student the chance to learn. So typically within silence would lay the answer. So having that, almost that comfort within being quiet and silent. So silence is vital within coaching to allow that student to be aware of that kind of sensory feedback, really allow them the chance to learn and explore without then almost the invasion of that nervous system, or that complete kind of removal of almost the ambush of their sensory system through continuous feedback, continuous kind of almost discussion. So almost being completely comfortable in silence. So these are the kind of almost some of the main areas, some of many around why we move and why we perform and why we behave the way we do. So anatomically, look at the neck. Physiologically, look at how we breathe. Within the movement system, look at the trail arm. More the kind of neurological side of movement, look at our intentions, our beliefs, our perceptions. With the environment, really explore how we choose to see it and why we chose to see it that way. And then very much within coaching, really embrace silence. Silence is where the answer lays. So these are some of the main areas we can look at and explore to then really help how we move, how we perform, and how we behave.